So today I'll be showing you the step-by-step process of setting up your environment for learning SQL. In this particular example, I'll be showing you the installation of SQL Server, SQL Server Management Studio, and restoring the database ADVENTUREWORKS for you to have a good experience in practicing as a beginner. So let's get into it. We will be going to this link, which I have added in the description, where you'll be able to download the um, SQL Server database engine, and I will show you right here how you can get it. So from this page, all you need to do is scroll down a bit, and you will see two free um, specialized edition. So you could choose the developer option or the express option. Basically, the installation process for both is just the same. So all you need to do is choose any of them. So I'll go with the express. I'll download the express, and you expect it to run, and you choose where you would want it to download. Actually, in my case, I'm just directing it to download in my downloads. So just save it there, and it will start the process of downloading. So you notice the download is complete. If I click on that, I can actually access my download from here. We now have the express version downloaded. All you need to do is double click yes. um, a pop-up for installation will come up for the express edition, and here is what you should see. And you just need to choose the basic installation, and then you accept the terms and condition. Of course, you might want to go through it, so you accept the terms and condition. It will give you a certain path that it will be putting the installation files and all other assets that your SQL server would need to run. So all you need to do is you install. So after the installation is successful, you should get a pop-up that is like this. Hence, it indicates that your installation of SQL Server Express Edition is successful. So we can actually close this, and that marks the end of our installation of SQL Server. Next, we'll be installing SSMS. The next thing for us is to install SQL Server Management Studio, or SSMS, and the link to downloading SSMS is in the description. I'll be putting this link in the description. You can just click that, and it will take you to the website where you will be able to install. And the website, I have it here already. I will to take you to this page where you'll be able to download free download for SQL Server Management Studio. And SQL Server Management Studio is actually an interface that you will use to query the database engine, which we installed earlier. So I already downloaded SQL Server Management Studio, and I have it in my download path already, and it's here. I have the setup here in my download folder. So I'll be double clicking on that, and I will start the installation process of SQL Server Management Studio. So we have the pop-up, and all we need to do now is to click install, and then I'll click install. The process of installation of SQL Server Management Studio has begun. I will be choosing the option yes. and the installation process will commence. So we give it some time for it to load and then I'll get back. So the setup is complete. Now you can close this and close this also. And congratulations, we have been able to install our SQL Server Management Studio. All you want to do is search for SSMS, and you will see SQL Server Management Studio app, which you can click, and SQL Server Management Studio is going to start up on your machine. I expect that if you follow the process as it should be, you should not encounter any challenges. But should you encounter any challenge, you can just put the comments and we'll probably uh, try to get any possible solution that might be peculiar to your computer. So SSMS is starting up so that we can be able to use this SQL Server Management Studio to access our database engine. Now we have our SQL Server Management Studio is up and running. Recall that we installed uh, SQL Server Management Studio, and then initially we installed SQL Server Database Engine. So in my own case, I already have the developer version. Again, recall that during the process, we installed the Express version. So from this server type, it should be showing database engine, while the server name, when you put down the arrow here, you can choose browse more. Mine, I'm choosing browse more because I have the initial developer version installed. And for the developer version, all the versions that I have, I can find them in this database engine. You see, I have two installed. The Express we installed, in your case, you are most likely going to see only this. But in my case, because I had already installed one initially, I have it here. So in your case, you should be seeing only one. So when you choose that and you say OK, and then you would say connect. So very good. It's good we got this type of error. We will need to resolve this error, and this error is saying a connection was successfully established with the server, but then an error occurred during the login process. Error 0. So let's make a correction because it is a certificate chain the certificate chain was issued by an authority that is not trusted. So we need to enable something for us to be able to resolve this. So let's go get that sorted. So when you get to this, you choose options. In this option, uh, you should choose the trust server. You click trust server certificate. If you click this trust server certificate, you should not have that issue again. So when I say connect, it should now connect without any issue. Now we can see we have successfully connected to our database. The next step is for us to download and restore the Adventures Works database. So the next thing is for us to download and restore our AdventureWorks database. The link to downloading the AdventureWorks database is right in the description. You can check it out. I will be bringing up the Windows, where I will be showing you the few steps you need to take so that we can get this restored. So the link to the AdventureWorks database download will bring you to this page. And when you scroll down a bit, you would see different databases. We have the OLTP database, that is the online transaction processing database. We have the data warehouse, and then we have the lightweight database. Today, we'll be downloading the AdventureWorks 2022 database. You could download any of these, but I advise you can download this. So I'll click on this and then we will get it uh, onto our system. Here I'll be downloading it in my downloads. So I'll say save. Before we start the restoration process, I usually prefer to ensure that I keep my backup file in a place that is quickly accessible in the restoration process. And I'm doing this, I understand that my viewer is a beginner and I want a stress-free process. Hence, it is better to just take this process. So there might be other ways, but I feel like for a beginner, this process is a lot easier. So I will right click on that and cut this file out of this place and put it in my C drive directly. In my C, I will right click here and just paste the file right inside my C drive so that I can have that file right in my C drive. So you will be able to see that file right here in my C drive. This BAK, I had this before. It's the one for AdventureWorks 2019, but in this case, I've downloaded 2022, which is the process I've guided you earlier on for you to get. Now we need to start our SQL Server Management Studio for us to be able to start the process of restoring the database. So I will be searching here to search for my SSMS, and from my taskbar search space, I've been able to see the SQL Server Management Studio, which I am going to click, and it will uh, start running. Now I have the SSMS loaded, and by default it's showing my SQL server to be database engine to be SQL Express, which was what we installed initially. Should it not be showing like this, you could go for some options like I mentioned earlier. You could go for this browse for more and be able to make your choice. So I am using Windows authentication, which should be the default. So all you need to do is just connect. And after the connection has been established, we will start the process of restoring our database. So it is time for us to restore our database. For us to restore the database, all you need to do is to right click on the database and say restore database. When you get the pop-up, go to device and then you choose the three dots there and then you choose add. Recall that we moved our file, the BAK file, from the downloads to C, and we did that just for easy access to the file. I'm choosing this AdventureWorks, and then I'll pick OK, and then the next thing is to say OK, and I think all looks good. So should you click OK and you get an error, go to the files and make sure that relocates to all files are is checked. So let's see. If I don't check that box and I say okay, it is failing. But if I go to the file here and I choose relocate to, I will choose relocate that file. I want it to relocate the data, which is all actions that we will be taking within our SQL folder. So relocate all files to this folder. And if I click OK, then our AdventureWorks 2022 will be restored successfully. So this is the process that you would need to follow so that you can be able to install or restore AdventureWorks 2022. So with this now we can actually see our database objects, we can see the tables, we can see the views, we have different stock procedures, also in the database. So with this we can actually start learning as a beginner. You can start querying your SQL database. You can open a new Canva, or you can actually just quickly do a quick select top 1000 for you to see that we have data in our database. So thank you for following through this process of the preambles of learning SQL through SQL Server. I hope to give you some more quick videos on how to guide you as a beginner on daunting task that you feel like might scare you away from learning. All I want to achieve with this is that everyone that is into tech should acquire the SQL skill. See you. Bye.